and this is another GIMP tutorial. This tutorial is on how to use the perspective tool, or maybe these rotation tools. These are the blue tools up here that I'm looking at that help to move layers around and change their perspective so that you can make them look more realistically. So I'm going to show you how to do that with text and with images you put in. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and open the picture of this wall. The first thing you're going to notice is that I'm looking at it from an angle. So things down here on this part of the wall would be smaller, and as they come towards you on the wall, they'll be bigger. So this can cause issues in certain things that you paste in. So if I want to paste a sign or a lamppost or a piece of furniture, you have to kind of distort it in a way so that it looks normal. I'm going to do this with text first. I'm going to create a new layer, of course. This layer is going to be called the text layer. Then I'm going to use the text tool on that layer. I'm clicked on that layer. I'm going to click. I'm going to type the word sharks because I think that's what we're going to. Sharks. Okay. I think I can just click this larger. Will that work? No. It's so small that you can't see. So I've highlighted. It's yellow there. And I'm just going to start making it bigger. Let's see if that works. Oh, there we go. All right, let's go big. No, let's go really big. 500. Okay. Let's say okay. Now I'm going to move it around using this move tool. Sharks is in a floating layer. It's not actually on a layer right now, which makes it easy to move around. Click it, and I can kind of move it around. And I'm going to put it here. Okay. Now, if you look at that, this is a rectangle, if this was on the wall, it would not be like this. The S would be bigger because it would be closer to us, and the S on the end would be smaller because it's farther down. So we're going to use, you can flip this, you can rotate it, make it larger. The perspective tool you're going to use when you are putting things into your image. So we're going to click on the perspective tool, click on the actual layer here, which is the one that says sharks, and you get these pull tabs. The secret to the perspective tool is to find the lines that you're going to line up with. So one of them is this straight up and down line, which is the end of the hallway. So I'm going to actually pull this a little bit over there so that this lines up with this one right here. The other one I'm going to use here on the bottom is going to be this one, which is part of this bumper rail. So I'm going to pull this down, and I'm actually going to make it a little bit. Okay, so wherever it is at the back of the room, I want to make it at the same place at the front of the room. So it's just a little bit above. It's just a little bit above the bumper rail down here. So it's just a little bit above. It's parallel. They're parallel. The bottom of my perspective tool is now parallel to this bumper rail. Same thing goes for up here. I'm going to use the top of this, the ceiling wall intersection, and I'm going to line that up. And I'm just going to use, where it's at right already here, down at the back. I'm going to line it up, and I'm going to make it parallel. So you see these are parallel. So from here to here is about the same from here to here. Actually, I need to go down a little bit. Maybe that's right. Okay. And then I hit enter, and it will do the change for me. Da, 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 da. So that is now a better perspective for the word sharks if it was painted down the hallway. We're not done with that. It automatically put that on a layer. I didn't actually put it on the text layer. It called it sharks. And when you do a text, it will actually create a layer when you're done with it that is called that. So we want to do the same thing we did with color changing. We want to add a bump layer, a bump map to it. So filter, filter, map, bump map. We're on the sharks. We want to make sure that we're on the right one. It looks like we are. This has been happening a bit. You're not able to click on anything, so I'm going to close it. I might even, oh, you know what? I've got a couple open already, so that's the problem. It was already open at the bottom, so I'm going to try that again. Filter, map, bump map. All right, you can only have one filter on open at a time. It still is not working. Let's try that one more time. Filter, map, bump map. Okay, there we go. I'm going to go to this one because I know that's the one I'm working with. Hit OK. It's not a lot of change, but the map is there. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do an overlay. I'm going to see if that works out. It's probably going to change the color a little bit. Yes. Let's see. I can try hue. Oh, that looks better. Yeah. Now you do notice there's a light is shining right here. So this part of the A is a light just like on the wall. So it is coming through. I could come up here to color on the same layer and kind of move the colors around, but I don't think that's necessary. But if the color doesn't turn out to be right, you can always come in here and change the hue, and you can get almost any color you want. You just need to make sure it is the right. I don't want it to be lighter, no. Saturate. All right. So there's sharks. I can do different fonts. I can add outlines. I can put it on its own background. That's how you get text to look like it belongs there. Okay. Let's see. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to get, say I want to put this shark on here. Nobody is allowed to use this shark in their videos. I mean on the final products. But what we're going to do is we brought this one in, and it just happens to be on a white background. So I click the fuzzy select tool. I'm just going to click the white background. It selects all the white around the shark. All right, but I don't want the white around the shark. I really want the shark, so I'm going to use select invert. And if I go to path, I could say selection to path. There's my shark. I can insert this into the image now. So that I'm going to just do that. I'm going to copy and paste. Oh, look at that. What did I do? I need to try that again. Remove this new layer. Paste. There's the shark. Okay. I tried to paste it into the shark. So I'm going to use the movement tool to move it to where I want. Before it's still a floating layer. And then I'm going to use the perspective tool again. I'm going to, again, line it up. Let's see. Let's go here. Here it's lined up with the top of the ceiling. I'm going to line it up with, maybe that's too fat looking. And I'm going to bring this one down here and line it up with, now I've got, oh, it's a little slow. It's much better with the mouse. Okay, I'm going to drop it right there. This is lined up, this one, straight up and down, and this one is almost, but this one needs to go up a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to let go. I think this looks like it's lined up with the top. This one is parallel with the bottom. This is lined up with this kind of up and down and such. I'm going to hit enter. Yeah. Then I'm going to add the bump map. Bump map. Oh wait, I'm going to cancel. I'm actually going to cancel that because let's cancel that because I need to anchor this layer onto the shark. Okay, boom. Shark. There we go. And then I don't know. Actually, to tell you the truth, let me click this guy again. See, now that it's a layer, it takes the entire layer for the transformation. So can I back up one and click this? Okay, now This, I'm going to transform it just a little bit more. I think I want it to be bigger. Okay. Okay. There we go. A little bit better. Ooh. There we go. Anchor that layer. Filter, map, bump map. Right, the same one. Get that. Let's click overlay, I think it is. Ooh, it made a little. Now you can kind of see the wall behind it. Maybe that's not the one. Maybe try dark only. Okay, it. I used dark only, darken only, and it came out a little. I'd say a little bit green. So I'm going to go to color. I'm going to go to hue saturation. I'm going to see if I can find a happy your color green. No. Oh, that's gray. Well, that's fine for right now. That's okay. So there we go. We've got perspective tool on objects, images, murals, or text that you're adding in. So they look like they're part of the actual. Thank you very much.